please. Yes. Rajveer Singh, formerly known as Army, has 1.6 million followers. 1.7 million followers on Instagram and is featured as one of the top 100 BOI certified content creator, winner of 13 prestigious awards. Wow. Has double MBA in marketing. He excels as branding consultant and a speaker. Through his Instagram handle, rv.13.rajvi, he brings the world of hospitality and entertainment to life with vibrant visuals and interactive scripts. Welcome, Rajvi.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Next panelist, we have Ms. Brinda Gupta, TEDx speaker, corporate trainer, and Ferricon India Top 20. Top voice extraordinaire. She's empowered almost 3,700 plus individuals with transformative soft skills for personal and professional growth. So amazing panelists we have for today. Guys, let's just put, I need everyone's attention here. We can have one-on-one chats later on. Those who are talking amongst themselves, please I need your entire focus here. Okay? Those who are outside, can we just ask them to please come inside? Yeah. Guys, Srinivas or anyone. Yeah. Okay. So, we'll just start with our discussion now. Okay? We as a business owner, okay, always we ensure that we make content and we try to deliver it on Instagram and YouTube, okay? My question to you, Rajveer, there is something called as an algorithm, right? Okay, how does this algorithm entirely work on Instagram? Okay, how does this Instagram, LinkedIn, all these platforms, how do they prioritize content? And what are the key factors that influence these contents? So can you just elaborate on that?
Thank you, Suresh, for the question. So I'll not be like a typical corporate guy talking to you with lens. I would just say algorithm for me is like my ex-girlfriend. Nahi samajh mein aata, boss. You really want to understand the algorithm, you have to be very consistent with your posting. You need to understand what timing suits you. And the main is your content. But when we talk about content, no offense again to anyone sitting in the audience, but yes, in India, what works is more of a cringe content. You talk about vulgarity. You talk about someone like a Samir Raina and a dark humor, and people are more interested. My friends, they follow me, but their feed is filled with Poonam Pandey or Rakhi Sawant, or again I would say again Samir Raina. Yes, I mean those guys are doing well in their fields. All respect to them, but for me, when we talk about content has different niche. I mean, I prefer making reels on luxury and premium brands. So when a business owner, as a business owner, when the audience wants to know like मेरा algorithm क्यों viral नहीं हो रहा, how would I get likes, comments, the first thing you need to understand is your audience more than the content. If you really know the people who follow you, what do they need, what are they looking at in terms of content, are they those who are actually looking out for a five-star property? I mean, are your audience those who are looking out to spend money? And because if you think like a businessman or a business owner, I'm very sure your main target is revenue, sales. Audience आए नहीं आए, sales आना चाहिए. But if your content is not relevant to your business, you're not giving out the right message, right time, and you feel burnout. बॉस मैं आज नहीं डालूंगा, छोड़ दे, 2 दिन कंटेंट नहीं डाला तो क्या होता है, that 2 दिन में कॉम्पिटिटर बिजनेस लेके जाता है. So I would say consistency for me is the key. Second, you need to understand your audience. That's the 2 things which we talk about. And yes, you need to be patient. When we say consistency, bina patience ke we never get results. So being a CA, I'm very sure you also understand, talking about stock exchange, share market, bina patience ke kuch nahi milta. For me, again, patience, consistency, and your content again is everything.
Great. My question to you, Brinda. So basically, how do I understand that what type of content is going to work on which platform, and how do I have to align my strategies with respect to those platforms or understanding with those preferences? If you can just enlighten on that.
All right. First, thanks for the question, so Yash. I'd like to extend a warm thanks to all of you for taking out your precious time and sitting here. Thank you, Rajveer, for being my co-panelist. It's an honor to be seated next to you.
It's my pleasure, Vidya.
Thank you. And thanks, Suyash, for being a fabulous moderator. So I'm going to talk everything from LinkedIn per se. Okay. So today when we see LinkedIn is not social media. Let's be very, very clear with that. There's a misconception. Social media is your Instagram, YouTube. LinkedIn is a completely different platform. It does not come under the category of social media. Reason being, LinkedIn is a different ball game altogether. It's not how Instagram or YouTube looks very glamorous, all that jazz and flash is not there on LinkedIn. It's purely your quality of your content. So now when we talk about what kind of content will resonate with your audience, there's something called as LinkedIn Analytics. So when you create your profile, let's say you're not active and you want to start posting. So initially you're going to start with experimenting. And how does that experimenting start? You're going to have a random brainstorming session probably that, okay, today let me talk
Right.
about this, or let me write about this, or let me repost somebody's stories. What do you do after a month? Is just go to your profile and go to the analytics page. You can see which post of yours has performed really well, which post did averagely well, and which post didn't perform at all. Now, when you see which post is performing really well, that gives you an idea as to what kind of posts your audience is loving to see. So let's understand this that anytime when we go to buy a product from any person, product or service, what is that person trying to sell us? They're not trying to sell us a product or service. They're trying to tell us that this is how it can benefit you. It's called WIFIM, what's in it for me. That's what each of us are entitled to. Our human psychology works that way that every place we just want to see what benefits us. What's the best for us? What do we benefit out of it? Let's be honest, we're all humans. So the same thing happens with LinkedIn. You need to understand what kind of what kind of posts your audience are enjoying.
Yeah.
So once you understand that, okay, this is the category of posts that your audience is enjoying, you need to start posting more of that. And then what happens is LinkedIn starts filtering your content. When it filters your content basis your audience, then what happens? Audience starts engaging on that content. Now, when they start engaging, LinkedIn understands, or the algorithm as we say, it understands that okay, this is the post that people are liking. Now, what will LinkedIn do? It will push your post to your second and third connections.
Right.
And then what happens? Your post becomes viral. That's how viral posts work on LinkedIn, which people do not know. People think you go viral because you're lucky. That could be Instagram, that could be YouTube, but that will not be LinkedIn because people are very mindful of what they are reading. They're not going to read anything flashy and start following you. That's not how it works. So you need to find out ideally what works best for you. Now let's talk about an alternative scenario. Let's say that you've posted a lot about, let's say, entertainment, for example, the entertainment industry. But you are actually more focused on education industry. You want to write more on that.
Yeah.
Now what? Why? How can you actually realign? Because your audience is enjoying entertainment posts, but you want to post on education. In that case, everyone, what we need to do is re-strategize. So what you'll be doing is you'll filter out your connections. You'll delete all irrelevant connections and you'll send requests to people in the education industry. So when you have similar kind of connections in your LinkedIn network, and then when you start posting that relevant content, that's when your content starts pushing.
Agreed.
So what I'm trying to tell you is also an alternate scenario that people don't talk about. People will generally tell you, post what your audience likes. True. But what if you don't like it? So in that case, you need to realign your strategy so that you change the base of your audience and it's tailored to what you like to post as well. So that's how the entire algorithm works. If I have to just say in a very simpler manner. Thank you.
So relating to this question, Rajveer, she said that any content cannot just go viral on LinkedIn like this. Okay. So if let's say if I'm using Instagram and YouTube for my business, or if I'm a content creator and focusing on that aspect, how do I ensure that yes, I want to be viral, or like what is it that how do I understand that yes, this is the thing that I have to do and this will make me viral.
The first thing I would say is yes, I definitely agree with everything what Vrinda said, except for the luck thing. If Instagram could work with luck, then definitely, like I would say, मुझे Burj Khalifa चाहिए. I want Burj Khalifa, like you said, I want to be viral. Burj Khalifa ऐसे नहीं होता कि लक से मिल जाएगा. You need to be best. औकात है खरीद लो. Is simple the way I would say औकात है खरीद लो is not just humiliating someone or something, but the point is if your content is really worthy, luck से नहीं होता. But yes, I agree. There's a quotient of certain quotient of luck. Like I would say, I agree. Compared to LinkedIn, yes, Instagram works. But when you ask me, I want to get viral, is again I would say the kind of content your audience wants to see. And also I would say like I would have millions of followers, but what does my follower look? I mean, if say I make videos on luxury hotels, and my followers interested in having a reel, watching a reel of Oyo, then definitely my content is not something for that audience. Again, it also depends on what kind of audience is following me rather than what kind of content I am making. It is not just one way. Traffic हमेशा दोनों साइड से होता है. So like again, थोड़ा सा फिल्मी टाइप का हूँ. So I would just say my name is Rajveer, and algorithm I don't know for some reason I feel is like a Simran of DDLG. So I always have to say, अगर मुझे वायरल करना चाहती हो तो वो पलट के देखेगी, पलट पलट पलट. बट इट्स टेकन years, नहीं पलटी है, प्यार ही नहीं है भाई एल्गोरिथम को हमसे. एंड यस, व्हेन वी गो विद अ वेरी सोफिस्टिकेटेड वे, क्लिक posting time, but I am being consistent throughout. I have a very creative photographer with me, Roshan. It's his piece of art. I mean, I am just a face. I mean, if my the team, it's all about a team. He does not use his skills. My content team, my strategy team does not use proper hashtags, proper captions. सिर्फ एक अच्छा बन रहा है तो कच्चा बादाम पे डांस करके आई कैन गेट वायरल ओवरनाइट. But I will not look good in doing a kacha badam, I'm sure. So again, now I can see some smiles on the face, guys. If you are a kacha badam face, sorry. So that's it. Sush.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the thing that we somewhere down the line we get confused at what is Instagram for currently, current age. With no judgments to anyone, but yeah, I just want to understand that from both of you, Brinda, since you are on LinkedIn, and Rajveer, you are on Instagram and YouTube. So, what are some actionable tips that one has to do for boosting engagement that align with the algorithms on these platforms? Okay. What are some, maybe like if you can just give us one or two tips that how we can how we as a business owner or as a content creator can do that? Yeah.
You're like, it's okay, ladies.
Thanks, Rajvi. So again, I'm going to talk from the LinkedIn perspective and we'll talk about Instagram and
Right.
YouTube. So from LinkedIn, what I'd say is what can help you, with good engagement. Is that what you're trying to
Yes.
ask? Okay. So the first thing is consistency, like how Rajvi rightly pointed. I'll tell you one thing that will work on LinkedIn always is consistency. You ask any creator, if they have gone from 0 to 100 or 0 to 1 lakh or even 10 lakh, that's because for 3 years, 4 years or for X number of years, they have been posting consistently 6 times a week. That's what I call consistency on LinkedIn. That really helps you because then your audience starts relating to your post. They spend more time reading your post and they know that you're consistent. They're looking forward for your post to see what you're sharing. Alright, so that is first, consistency. Second, what I say is posting, no ghosting.
Yeah.
By that, I mean that when you do a post, let's say you've just put in a post on LinkedIn and you don't engage with your audience. What do I mean by that? Let's say you posted and you've got a couple of comments, let's say about 5 comments. You don't engage back. You just keep, okay, I've got those comments, probably I'll reply later when I have the time. Does not work, will never work. I'll tell you why. This is called the golden hour rule. What do I mean by that? LinkedIn says that the first 90 minutes of your post once it's live on LinkedIn is your peak time. That's when the time when your post gets maximum attention from other creators or whoever's there on LinkedIn. Vis-a-vis any other platform, I'm not sure about it, but I'm again talking about LinkedIn. So that's called golden hour rule. The first 90 minutes is very crucial for your post. At that point, if you don't engage with people who have taken that effort to comment on your post, then what they feel that you're not important to them. Your comment does not matter. And then what happens is stop engaging with your content. So that's what I mean, posting, not posting. So you reply to their comments, you take that much efforts to do. Third, I would say to have a really good strategy, please follow all these LinkedIn creators programs. They all have these free
Yeah.
newsletters. They'll send you weekly emails. I tell you why that's important. That's not a spam. That's truly important because these people work in the business. They work inside LinkedIn. They can give you insider information, of course not confidential, but at least what the people of LinkedIn needs to know so that they can grow on LinkedIn. What do they send you emails about? So they tell me this week what kind of post can go viral. This week what can you probably talk about? This week we're having a campaign and you can get a chance to be featured on LinkedIn. So when I got featured on LinkedIn News, it was a big achievement for me because just saying that I've been featured on LinkedIn News is a big deal. So let's talk about that as well. People don't talk about it. So when you follow these people, you get weekly emailers. They actually tell you what's going to go viral. I just got an email a week back and it said, please start posting video content. You will see a high surge on video content. And I've posted 2 videos because that's the bandwidth that I had. Both have gone viral. They've got more than 3 or 4 lakh impressions. Just
Oh.
impressions I'm talking about. And I have it right on my phone. I'm not just creating a mountain out of a mole. It's true, it happens. So these people actually tell you what works. So I would say these 3 things, I'm just trying to make it as simple, not getting into a very deeper detail, but these things really work. So one golden rule of LinkedIn is please be consistent. What we do is we want instant gratification. What do I mean by that? Let's say I've posted 5 days consistently. Yes, I'm going to do it, I did it. No impressions, hardly any comments, no follower growth, we're demotivated. Instantly, we're like, and that's not possible on LinkedIn. You can't get instantly recognized, you can't start instantly relating or resonating with you. So do not lose your motivation, even if for 5 days of posting consistently does not show you that effort, because it will not. It will take a year. Let me be very honest to you. It took me 2 years. So I'm giving you an average, it takes a year of consistency. So I would say these metrics are very important if you want to go viral or even if you want to be known as a good creator on LinkedIn for that matter. Yeah. Thank you.
I just love how you explain the LinkedIn. I believe you're in love with LinkedIn. I believe that you'll love with LinkedIn. So, guys, a big round of applause for Rida. At least, I mean, that's a very detailed explanation. So, yes, I agree that there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things that go in. How many of you are on Instagram and very active, and you feel that मुझे Instagram पे reach नहीं मिल रही? I'll just tell you, born on Instagram. It's a free online course available. I'm not promoting anyone. This is officially Instagram and Meta. So I'm not promoting any company, any coaching classes. Born on Instagram is official a part of Meta. It's a 2 hour course, freely available. 2 घंटे का कोर्स करो. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट इंस्टाग्राम पे जस्ट फॉलो born on Instagram, BOI. Every day you'll have a new video coming up that gives you more tips on how to keep good engagement on Instagram. What are the do's and what are the don'ts? What is the gray area? Suppose if I post a reel, you see someone has a like, share, comment, but below that if you have a text, we can't read it because that's blocking my text. So you also need to understand the red area, gray area, and the green area. The green area is basically your face, your on-screen text. So if you just randomly without planning your content, you just post कि मुझे डालना है मैंने डाल दिया. Doesn't work like that. Like being born and brought up in Mumbai, थोड़ा फिल्मी वाला कीड़ा है. For the first 2 answers I used some filmy examples. So why not use Amir Khan again? Amir Khan said in Three Idiots, आज कुछ नया सीखने मिलेगा, आज कुछ नया करने मिलेगा. Same way, content works the same way. I am talking to Suyesh. I was talking to Suyesh outside. For me, that is anything that comes in is content. Because my mics and cameras always almost on. कुछ आ रहा है ना, आज कुछ नया करने मिलेगा. But नया करने में do not go so out of the board that you end up talking like a speaker here and you end up making content like Samir Raina again. I will not do that. So again, I don't know why that name comes on because my friends have Samir Raina more on their feed, not me. So yeah, I know, I know, but then 2 wrongs doesn't make a right. For me, it never works. If you ask me, most of the creators they work with agencies also. Like you have a, I mean, even though you have a own marketing team, I'm talking about business, especially startups. You have your own marketing team, but you still outsource your social media or other services to an agency. कि भाई आप हमारा थोड़ा सा ख्याल रखो, आप हमारे लिए business लाओ, हम आपको commission देंगे या incentives देंगे, whatever. Same way, we creators also work with agencies. For me, there are multiple agencies who manage me, like Team Wizard Media or many more. So when these agencies they take care of us, we also are equally responsible with our content. I mean, it's not like tomorrow Suyesh say just saying Suyesh comes to me, okay, Rajveer, I have got a brand. This brand is paying you X amount. आप ये कर दो. If my page does not come with that audience, if my page does not support, say like I don't want to promote tobacco, I don't care what is the amount, I will not promote a tobacco and a gutka on my page, that is for sure, irrespective of the amount. But again, for some people that is marketing, advertisement and a product which is selling in India, government would not ban it because again that's revenue for government. But as a content creator you need to understand, does your conscious, does your page support it? So these are the few things which you need to figure out first before you even get into what is your niche, what is the audience. I mean, especially a startup will look at mera product kya hai. Again, giving a example, Red Bull. How many of you have tried Red Bull here? Suresh, never tried Red Bull. Vrinda, never tried Red Bull. Okay, but audience, yes. रेड बुल का इंस्टाग्राम पेज, फेसबुक पेज देखा है किसी ने? उस पर रेड बुल छोड़ के सब कुछ है. दे हैव स्पोर्ट्स, दे हैव एडवेंचर, दे इट इज कंटेंट, बट दे डू नॉट पुट देयर प्रोडक्ट. उनको प्रोडक्ट को बेचना ही नहीं है. आई मीन दे आर लीस्ट इंटरेस्टेड इन देयर प्रोडक्ट क्योंकि वो हर चीज में है. रेड बुल गिव्स यू विंग्स, बट अगेन रेड बुल इज नॉट हेल्दी, but Red Bull is again selling and it is one of the most popular energy drink because of their marketing tricks, because of their marketing strategy. They use all sports cars, they use athletes, they use big brands to promote them, and what they are getting is they are using their fame. So same way, आपका जो प्रोडक्ट है, अगर आप एक बिजनेस कर रहे हो या जो भी कर रहे हो, मेक श्योर कि आप दूसरों से कनेक्ट भी करो. So that I would say.
So I think that was a really a good learning that we have to be consistent in our content creation, and of course we have to. That is something that last week we talked all about partnerships.
Yeah.
That we have to ensure that if we partner with someone else, then probably we will have
Yes.
We can reach a good audience. Okay. Questions again to both of you. What are common mistakes that mostly these content creators make that negatively impact their reach, and how can we all of us avoid that? Yeah.
Alright, so I already pointed to.
Yeah,
One is
ghosting.
missing engagement. Like when people comment on your post, you take 24 hours to reply. Does not make sense after that time, honestly, because they're not bothered. And more than them, the algorithm is not bothered. The second is ghosting, like I said, that you are missing out on also commenting on other creators' posts. Now let me tell you why this is important. LinkedIn is all about connections. Do we all agree here? Anybody
Yes.
has any other thought, difference of opinion? Okay. LinkedIn is all about connections. So when is it all about connections, and when you don't value your connections, how do you think that you can get a good reach on your profile? It's as simple as that. Everybody wants attention. You, all of you, including us, we all need attention, right? Because that's what gets us our business. Let's be really honest. We all need. That's what we need, right? So now what happens is, these are your connections, or you're trying to build connections on LinkedIn by sending them connection requests. What happens is, they become those lost connections, probably get connections that you don't connect with. But once when you start connecting with people, I would say every time before you post or after you post, every day, for just 10-15 minutes, reduce the phone pubbing on whatever phones you use, and use that 15 minutes to engage with other creators' content. Okay?
Yeah.
When you post your feedback, your inputs, or your whatever comment is that you like want to share about that post, the creator actually sees those comments. Like, we'll be very honest. First. Second is that creators handled by an agency, like how Rajveer had mentioned. The agency people who are managing the account is going to see which creators commenting what. Let's be very honest, they do that strongly. Now, when they see that you've posted a good comment on somebody's post consistently for a period of, let's say, 1 week, 10 days, they reach out to you. They can reach out to you for a collaboration. They can just reach out to you to just personally thank you. Sometimes they can also invite you for a podcast. And trust me, somebody has lived this experience, and that's me.
Yeah.
I engage with my creators' content for the last 2 years, 6 days a week for 15 minutes each. I've got podcast invites, I've got brand collaborations, I've got agency invites, I've got networking event invites, and that truly has been a very, very enriching experience for me. Just to know that there are so many others in the field doing such good things in life. So that is second. Third mistake that I feel that people make is, let's say that you're not aware of the peak timings. Let's talk about what peak timings are on LinkedIn. We think we can post at 1 p.m. Tomorrow I'm lazy, I'm going to sleep the entire day, I'll post at 3 p.m. No. LinkedIn is not your best friend going to accommodate your timings. You have to accommodate the algorithm timings. Now, what are those? Those are 8 to 10 a.m. in the morning and evening 6 to 8 p.m. Why? Because that's the time when people commute to work or they're commuting back from work to their respective homes. And that's the time when they open their LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. The rest of the time, they are busy with work or they're sleeping or any of their personal chores that they have to run. So that's the peak timings for each one of us. That's when the LinkedIn audience is most active. And if you do not utilize that timing to engage with the creator's content, then you're losing on something. So I think these are the common mishaps that rookie creators who are very new to LinkedIn make, and I really wish for all of you to not make those mistakes because this can actually cost you your less number of followers, your profile growth, your engagement, and even the business that you can generate.
Right. I would definitely agree, but Varinda, you're not alone in the room who's faced this. There's one more. I don't know about the audience, but yes, it's me. So when we talk about mistakes, rather than mistakes, I would say I will give you a tip which worked for me and could work for you. There are some popular creators also, not talking about number of followers, but in popular, yes, in terms of people know them by their name, by their face. So again, I'm not talking about a Narendra Modi, but if you say want to get a reply from Rajveer, what do? Boss, I am a fan or I am something, but I want to connect with him. Do not just keep on sending messages. बिल्कुल भी नहीं करना. Do not show that you're too desperate. Try doing something which I did and works for me. Like I actually got a reply from Shraddha Kapoor. So yes, sounded well. I have got some good replies from other top creators. When you see a post from their feed, because I follow them, I see a post. What I would do is I would definitely comment related to their post. एक दिन करूंगा, 2 दिन करूंगा, 3 दिन करूंगा, 4 दिन करूंगा, 5वें दिन गायब हो जाऊंगा, 6 दिन के बाद गायब हो जाऊंगा, बिकॉज 4 days I was consistently posting. से I was ringing your bell 4 दिन तक. तो you notice ये मेरे हर पोस्ट पे कमेंट कर रहा है. So after 4 days, if you're not commenting, and again go back after 4 days and do it again, but don't overdo it. I mean, it may get you blocked also. Doesn't mean कि मेरे लिए काम किया तो तुम्हारे लिए भी करेगा. So it does not work like that. So make it a way that you sound decent enough to go into their personal zone, but not irritating ones. So I would feel like we use the word engagement. You engage with some senior creators also, some celebrities also. Trust me, they notice you, and वो भी इंसान है, उनकी social media team भी आपको reply करेगी. Do not think they are some AI operated ones. You will definitely get a reply. So when we say it's always communication is always two ways. Same goes with your engagement. If you want to get noticed, get into other people's feed, get into other people's likes, comments, and shares. You will get results for your profile too.
Great. I believe now I would like to invite one question from the audience. We are just short of time, so just one question I'll take and list it. Rapid answer. Yeah.
Mic can go. Oh, I don't need the mic.
Yeah.
Quick question. So, Instagram and LinkedIn recently introduced a feature of something similar to Reels.
Yeah.
And in my humble opinion, it's becoming corporate TikTok. So, how do you think LinkedIn as a platform will change, and will audiences move from Instagram to LinkedIn talking about day in the life of Microsoft and Instagram?
Alright, can I get your name please?
Naveen George.
Sorry?
Naveen.
Naveen. Thanks, Naveen, for the question. So that's actually a very, very interesting question. Yes, LinkedIn is slowly, I would say, becoming Instagram because it's all about pictures, it's all about weird videos. But trust me, this is an insider information. That's
That's what I want.
I'm not looking. Keep going.
Okay, it's not me, I don't know who saw it. But it's an insider information. So I'm not going to obviously take the names, but there are people who work very closely on the LinkedIn algorithm. They said no matter how much people try and make it on Instagram or try posting really flashy videos, LinkedIn can never become Instagram. And they've told me why. I'm not telling the details. That's because they are creating such a strong algorithm that it's not going to push content like that. Now let's understand, anytime you post on LinkedIn, no matter you're active, you're inactive, when you post, the first thing you know what happens is called filtration. That happens for even if you have a 10 lakh followers or even if you have 10. That instant filtration, initial filtration, what it does is it checks the quality of your video. It could be a post, it could be a text, it could be a carousel, it could be a poll, it could be a video. It checks the quality of content. Is it scam? Is it promotional? Is it cringe? Is it shady? What it is. And basis that, it's going to restrict the reach of that particular video. Let's talk only about videos. It restricts. Now when that gets restricted, it's not going to get engagement from the audience. Why? Because it doesn't reach that large segment of audience. And when it doesn't, people don't engage with it. So ideally, your impressions fall, your engagement falls, and your videos, impressions don't search. What happened with me, I'll tell you, is I post a lot about not corporate TikTok, corporate etiquette, about workplace communication, about job searching. Trust me, they've all gone viral. I'll tell you why. Because they like the quality of the video. They know what I'm telling is important to the audience to know, and they push that algorithm. The moment I do any promotional post, whenever I've done a lot of promotional posts, about 40 or 50 of them, the reach always gets restricted. You know why? Because in the initial filtration, LinkedIn analyzes and it's a promotional post, so it automatically restricts. So even no matter how hard people try to make it on Instagram, the algorithm is so rigid such that in the initial phase itself, your video is going to be restricted. I hope that answers your question. Thanks.
May I last 2 lines?
Yeah.
I know these guys are looking at me like Rahul Gandhi is looking at Modi's chair because of the time. So I'll keep it very short. So guys, I just love the word corporate TikTok, Nadeem. Good one. मोहब्बत कल भी मोहब्बत थी, मोहब्बत आज भी मोहब्बत है. I don't know what LinkedIn wants to do. LinkedIn था, LinkedIn है, LinkedIn रहेगा. Is something what we believe. Cringe चलता रहेगा इंडिया में. People need vulgarity. There are creators who keep giving it. So it's not only LinkedIn which gets affected. Get out in the market and see any corporate platforms, any business platforms. Slowly, gradually, it is because of not the creators. It is because of the audience sitting watching those videos, which makes a corporate platform like LinkedIn come to a word use corporate TikTok. So I would not blame LinkedIn or any platform. Rather, I would say audience. Yes, I might get a lot of unfollows today, but then it's okay.
You have an extra follower though.
Thank you.
That's great. It was really insightful. Like we all learned many things, and like LinkedIn and Instagram both. So there you have it, folks. Our panel discussion on algorithm game is about to come to an end now. Thank you so much, esteemed panelists, for like sharing us your insights, and thanks to the audience for the engagement. Round of applause to all of us. I would now like to request Sabah for giving mementos by our gifting partners, which is Picasso Kari, to our speakers.
Thank you.
If you don't mind, ladies first.
Yeah, sure, please. भाई देख लो कितना डिस्क्रिमिनेशन है इंडिया में यार. फिर बोलते वुमेन इक्वालिटी.
Feminism?
जिंदाबाद.
Feminism is misunderstood by them.
Yeah, they also it's a mess.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So now your turn.
I hope I deserve this.
Yes, you do. Absolutely. I don't think anyone is going to disagree on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To the moderator, also very nice. Moderator, please come. You've done a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Round of applause for the moderator.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, please. With the nice
Brand. Boss. Branding.
Branding.
ठीक है.
तो कैमरा वाला भी बराबर है, सीधा करो.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We need one more chair.